Alright guys, so today what you can probably see in front of you is what I'm going to do today is an overview of Japanese hair dyes. Since I've been here, well, I am actually a natural blonde and I dye my hair dark, and since being here it has been kind of a challenge to find a good hair dye that will keep my hair dark but it's not damaging it and will actually cover my roots. And so I've tried a bunch, as you can see. This isn't actually even all of them, I still have a couple up there, but these are most of the different brands that I tried. These are all drugstore, well, Japanese drugstore type hair dyes, and I'm sorry if it's a little noisy. I opened my window so that I can get a little fresh air in here. And it's also really bright, so yeah. And I guess I'll go ahead and get started with this, and I'll show you guys what I've tried. Alright, so the first hair dye I ever tried while I was in Japan is this brand called Prettia, and all of these I believe are foam dyes except for the last one because I'm a failure at trying to use any type of liquid dye. And these, after trying a bunch of different brands, are still one of my favorite ones. They come in a whole lot of colors. They smell really nice. They actually smell a little bit different. They changed the formula not too long ago, and these are not terribly strong, and as you can see at the top, this actually says for black hair here at the top, but that's partially why I've been having trouble finding things that will cover my roots, because pretty much all dye here is, you know, intended for black hair, because that's the majority of the people here that will be using it. And and if you're looking, this is the character that will mean foam. If you see anything with this, it'll be a foam or mousse type maybe. And yeah, they all come with instructions. They all come with all sorts of things in the back. It'll show you the different colors of hair. This one is in dark chocolate, and this was the first one I tried. Oops. I'm assuming since I didn't write a date in it, because actually since I've been doing this, I've started writing the dates inside that I dyed it, just so I can keep track of which ones I used when. Yeah, I really do like the Prettia hair dyes. They smell really nice. They actually feel really nice in your hair. Like after I dye my hair with these, my hair actually usually feels better than it did before I dyed it, which is kind of really weird, especially when people in the US use box hair dyes. They usually really hurt your hair. Speaking of which, there's something that's really different about Japanese hair dyes. At least all the ones that I've tried have been this way. In the US, most of the time you do not shampoo your hair after you dye it. You're just supposed to rinse it out and then condition it really well, and even then it still kind of feels kind of dry. But with most of the Japanese hair dyes, you're actually supposed to shampoo your hair twice and then condition it, usually with the conditioner that comes with it, and then, you know, rinse it out and it'll be fine. And I actually did not do that the first time I used it, so I thought that I had amazing results, and then after washing it the next day, it all, like, kind of even more came out, obviously, since I didn't wash it. And it like got over my towel and it was kind of a mess, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, what is wrong with these hair dyes? But after I reread the instructions and I figured it out, and I think I'm kind of pro at using these now, to be honest. And yeah, the thing about the Prettia dyes though is that they're really gentle on your hair, they're really conditioning, they smell really nice, they have nice colors, everything's nice, but they do not last very long, which isn't necessarily a problem since they are gentler on your hair. I usually dye my hair with this one, although I don't dye my entire hair, but it's just like my roots every... kind of would depend, but I think around 3 weeks would be the most I could push a box of Prettia to. But I know it's really weird because most hair dyes in the US are 4 to 6. Most of the other ones I can get a month maybe, depending on which one. But yeah. And yeah, I love Prettia. I have a bunch of different colors because it's usually the one that after I've tried a different one I'll go back to Prettia because they're pretty reliable, especially the darker colors. Speaking of which, I've tried a bunch of different colors. This one is in dark chocolate. I think this is the first one I've tried. I've also tried natural Blaune, which looks like this. They change the pictures all the time, but like the actual name is right there. And then I've also kind of the one, if I know my roots really need to be covered, this is the natural black one. If like my hair is really growing out, I just want to like really get everything dark, then I use that one. But the natural brown one is actually my favorite one. It's pretty dark, but it's not as strikingly obviously dyed black as the black one is, so yeah, those are the Prettia ones. And then I've tried, after that, and earlier, like kind of more in the winter time, I was trying to go a little bit lighter with my hair overall and get more of a brown color, just kind of to experiment and see how it would look like. And I tried a couple of different brands when I was trying to do that. The first one was this one by Blaune, and it's foam hair dye again. And this was in the color 1, obviously, which was actually one of the lightest ones if you look on here. And yeah, I don't know, it was just kind of, these are much more damaging on my hair. It felt more drying afterwards than the Prettia ones. They lasted about the same length, so it might have more partially to do with me getting a really light color. I actually have tried 2 of the Blaune ones. They look like this. I really, to be honest, have not figured out what exactly the difference is, except that, I mean, the color thing on the back looks different, and they have different numbers, and like there's whole sets of colors within the pink box and the black box. And but the thing about these ones, I wanted to try these ones because they do actually say for like white hairs or gray hairs. And I was like, oh, well, maybe, you know, or light hair, anything like that. Maybe that would work better on me, but it really didn't at all, to be honest. I don't really care for these very much. I tried this one hoping that maybe it would work, and then I was like, oh, you know, maybe I'll try it again, and tried this one, and they're both kind of bust. If you look at the dates, actually, when was this? This was in February. I dyed this one on February 20th, and it was just so horrible and didn't do anything to, like, my roots still look the exact same after doing it, that I ended up dyeing it with this one 9 days later. And yeah, those are both kind of a bust. So, and all these are around the same price range, I believe, depending on which store you go to. This one varies between 700 and 800 yen, which is about $9–10. And this one is pretty much the exact same price range. It depends on which store will have which ones on sale, so it kind of depends on where I am, but yeah. And then in that same streak, I tried this one, which is a Beauteen one, and it's just kind of crappy. I tried it because actually, if you look here, it says that even like regardless of whether your hair is dark or light or lighter, it should all reach the same color, right? So I was thinking that would be pretty good for my roots. And I actually did this one on the 18th, obviously, and it was just, it's even more drying than the blonde one, and I didn't really get any good results. I didn't like the way it felt in my hair. You don't really get enough product with this one because the other ones, as you can see, like they come in a pretty typical like foam dispenser that you like squeeze. Like I use those in the US as well. And then yeah, the blonde one is the same, but this one is interesting because it actually comes with, if you can see, a little like pointy end, which I don't know, so it's kind of difficult to use, and the quality wasn't that great. And I also, actually, I don't have the box because I tried one of the Beauty Labo ones, which I'll probably link or something, because they don't have a box because they actually come in a plastic, like, I don't even know what to call it, like kind of a bottle shape, like tub or something, and container. And you actually mix everything right in there and then scoop it out with your hands and put it on your hair, and that was just kind of, I feel like I got so much more product with like the Prettia ones or things like that. I barely even have enough, it's really noisy. I barely even have enough product to cover all of my hair with the Beauty Labo one. I was like, that's kind of silly, and it's kind of equally as damaging as, like, I feel like the Beauteen one, the Beauty Labo one, and the blonde ones are all kind of equally damaging, and so I feel like I might as well go with the Prettia one because at least it doesn't make my hair feel so bad, even if it doesn't last as long. But yeah. And okay, the last one I tried is actually the most recent one I've tried, and it is definitely my favorite one so far. And it's also the most expensive one. I think this one was closer to maybe 800, 900 yen, so maybe like $11, $12. Not that big of a difference, but still. And this one is actually a mousse. I didn't notice because, like, no, I should notice because it says mousse cut out right there, but I don't know. I didn't really notice because I mean it looks like foam in that person's hand, right? But yeah, and this one does also say for white or light hair. This is in the color 6, which is their darkest color. Because I was just trying to find something to really get my hair back to dark. And I really like this one. It has lasted the longest. When did I do this? It's been 3 weeks now because I did this, or something like that. I don't know. I can't do math. I did this on April 25th. And so I'm just now, like now that I'm washing it, I'm just now kind of starting to see that it's growing out a little bit. But the problem that I've had with most Japanese hair dyes is that it actually starts to fade before it starts to grow out. And it's really weird. I don't know why it does that, but yeah. And so that's my main problem. But this one, I think it's actually growing out. I don't think it's actually fading. And I like this one the best. It's not quite as conditioning as the Prettia one, but I think it still beats the other ones, plus it lasts way longer. And I might try getting one of the lighter colors in the future just to see like how that one panned out, because this is the darkest one. But I really like this one. The conditioner that came with it wasn't terrific, but actually I did this one. I don't remember now. I don't think this one actually came with a conditioner. So I just used my own, obviously, but how weird. I don't know. But yeah, I do like this one the best. I'm going to try it again next time I need to, which hopefully I'll be for a while because I'm kind of short on money right now since I just had to buy 2 textbooks. But yeah, that's pretty much my overview. I actually stopped at the park on the way back and did a vlog while I was there. A really quiet one, just me wandering around the park. And I'll be uploading that and this one pretty soon. I'll probably get the vlog up first and then I'll work on this one, but I'm not sure when this will be up, but it'll be up soon. So yeah. And also, by the way, I did get an Instagram, and so if you want to follow me, I'll put my username in the box below. And I pretty much just generally upload outfits of the days and random pictures that I take. So I'm having a pretty good time with that, and it got really bright. I'm sorry I look kind of washed out at the moment. Yeah, and that's probably it. So I'll see you guys next time.